Welcome guys! My name is TV and this is my first video and first guide to Castlecraft World War. In today's video I'm going to be discussing the currencies of the game and what you should use them for, how you should generally progress through the game, a few little tricks and 2 beginning strategies that you can use in the battle. Starting off with one feature of the game that is very often underestimated is do not open the silver chests of the season pass right away. I know you guys have the free season pass for sure, and if you check this one out, my silver box currently contains 21 commons. It will increase even more if I keep ranking up to 1000. Look at that. From now on, the rare card will be guaranteed instead of 87%, and I will get 26 common cards. And especially at the beginning, it pretty much doubles the amount of common cards you can get or the amount of rewards you can get. So keep them for a while until you are ranked to a position where you feel like you cannot pursue any higher rank. For me, that will probably be rank 1000, and then I will start opening my silver chest to get some extra progress. Going through the game, you will get some gold and also some rubies, especially a great welcome gift was presented to us. And let's discuss what we buy with them in the shop. So first of all, there's one important thing. At the beginning, you might really have a lot of gold, but I strongly believe that this will change in the future. If we look at this, one epic card for 80,000 gold, there's no way, man. I'm pretty sure gold will be much more scarce than it is at the beginning, so I will not be buying that. I specifically bought this because they are, well, central to my main strategy that I'm playing right now, so I'm really picking carefully what I buy in the shop. Don't just buy all of them because you have a lot of gold right now, because you will need it just for comparison, because you as a new player do not have that comparison just yet. To get my smasher from level 8 to 9, it costs 80,000 gold. Alright, let's check out from 7 to 8, 40,000 gold. Let's check out from 6, 16,000 gold. So here we see a more than double increase. This is a double increase. So you can see where this might be headed. We go to 5, it was a double increase again. So we might end up with 160,000, 320,000, 640,000. At some point we might even have to put 1 million into one of those guys. And as you can see, the final growth right now is still more than double the stats. So I expect at least the max card level of level 15 with insane costs. And of course, this is really a deciding factor in your game. So I rather want to pick a few units, get them as high as possible, and spend the gold on that and not waste it too much in the shop. Speaking of rubies, well, they're very much it's tempting to buy this little bad boy here. You get a guaranteed legendary and 192 commons, 21 rares, 6 epics. Though, what I prefer to do is to open chests that I get. Not only will this always get me a nice 8-hour chest overnight, it will also net me a much bigger amount of rewards. If we take my rank as a baseline, which you should be able to reach in about a week or a week and a half, I get 21 guaranteed commons. Opening a silver chest immediately costs 18 rubies. That means I get to open 111 silver boxes. 111 silver boxes for the price of this big chest that I showed you in the shop. That means I get, I don't know, about 2,300 common cards guaranteed. With a chance of 83%, I get about 100 rare cards and about, 20 epics if we're lucky. And this will just increase further if we rank up further. For reference, with all the new players joining, I believe that we will all grow a little bit. If we get those to 1600, our ranking, we would be getting 49. It's like, again, more than doubled. Everything is more than doubled. So what I was talking about before, double that. 4,600 common. Okay? 200 rare cards. Actually more, 230 rare cards maybe. 40 epics or 50 epics almost. So that's the dimensions we're talking here. Opening those chests, good idea. When it comes to spending actual cash, I would very much encourage to buy the Season Pass. It is actually not too costly as a game that I will be playing daily. I think that is a reasonable amount of money to be spent. I am what you would call a reasonable spender, I guess. I buy the very valuable small things in a video game like this with microtransactions, but don't fall for all the craziness that is going on here. With 26 bucks, I also bought the first one for a guaranteed legendary, which was the poison here, which is pretty nice. Poison has helped me a lot, and I also get a bunch of other things which aren't too bad. But always be cautious with what you buy. For now, currency is not something I would want to buy. Maybe in the future, who knows where this channel leads. What you should quite obviously do is join a clan so you can request different cards. Do yourself a favor and focus on 2 or 3 cards that you constantly request, and maybe even make some rules up in the clan that you cannot request something that is already being requested or maybe being requested twice, so that not everyone is building the same card, so you can actually swap around some cards and everyone gets stronger that way. Instead of everyone getting one single card and no one wanting to give it away, if you spread it out, everyone will end up with higher level cards. Let's talk a little bit commanders at the beginning. The commanders you should be having available for you should be those 4. All the others, we're not able to get them just yet. But when we discuss them, I would encourage you to play him in case you want to do a goblin rush. That will be discussed later. You should play her if you still want to dominate early game. She is a very strong fighter stats wise. If you want to check this out, she starts currently with almost 4000 health and about 450 attack damage with a 1.5 attack speed. She has the same attack speed but about 50% less damage and also about 40% less health than her. So she will be dominating her in one-on-one combat. Leon on the other hand is much tankier. Has the same attack speed, but even less damage. So pretty much half damage as Elaine, but 1.5 more health. His ability does not increase his damage, but reduces the damage taken by this commander and other allies nearby for a period of time. Very great for a rush of a lot of small creatures that surround Leon. Why did I call Elaine more early and Raya more late? In late game you often have a problem of dealing with air units. Like the Dragon, a legendary card that is very strong, and she is excellent to just put down, use rapid fire, her ability, and quickly kill the dragon. Something the ground units obviously cannot do. So that's what I would, if you don't plan on ending the game early, Raya should be a very good option for you guys. Teeny is a little bit of an odd one. I did not really get to play her just yet in the game or in Castle Burn earlier, back in the day, so I don't have too much information about her other than I played against her. She does out DPS the bow girl a little bit, even though she has a lower attack speed, and the specific thing about her is she does not charge her attack by over time with a cooldown. She charges her special attack by attacking, which is why I do not really prefer her. I really like to use our bow girl here more, because I can just put her down the moment she has rapid fire on, kill a key target with it, and then pull her out of it again. On the other hand, she might be greater in a bigger push, because her ability penetrating shot is pretty much a big shockwave straight flying through the entire map, damaging anything in her path. 2 beginner strategies that I can recommend is, as I said before, Leon together with those kobolds. Did I call them goblins? I think it was goblins in Castleburn. With those kobolds. Kobolds are very cheap. They only cost 8 mana per deployment. And they have low health, not that much damage, but they have the masses. If you see 8 mana for them, 25 mana for a vanguard. That means you can spawn 3 goblins for every vanguard, cost-wise. And this makes him very cost efficient in damage, because he would have 207 damage, while 3 goblins would have much more damage, and actually he's also level higher than them. you know, so there will be a difference in that regard. That's how you quickly dominate the enemy and can win a game really fast. So if you just grind for a lot of wins, this might be beneficial, as you might lose, but you also might win fast. What I very much prefer to do is more of a tier 2 strategy. I start the game, wait for 100 mana, immediately upgrade my castle, and then dash into my Smasher and my Enchantress. If you don't have the Enchantress, the Moth Lady is an excellent substitute. She's a flying unit. The only downside is, I guess, the damage is smaller. So Enchantress is pretty nice in killing the enemy swamps, while Smasher can really take a hit and is absolutely excellent in killing enemy buildings. As you can see, the attack damage of the Smasher is 838, and if we compare it with a Draken or Draken, he would be on level 8 having 294 damage, not even half. So he's not as good in defeating buildings. Of course, if you counter someone that is rushing, Draken could be the greater choice over the Smasher, as your Moth Lady isn't doing as much damage as my Enchantress, and you have more problems dealing with the swarms of enemies. What are you gonna do though if you're tier 2 rushing and the enemy is attacking with goblins? When you have to 1000 rating, you will automatically get the Poison Fume. It's in the letter obtainable for free, and then you can pretty much use the Poison Fume and completely obliterate a rush. Other thing that you can do is obviously use one tier 4 card yourself. Maybe it's actually kind of beneficial for you for having the enemy kobolds attack your main castle, because then you can drop enemies behind the kobolds and get the first hit on them, meaning your units will kill the enemy units before it goes the other way around. You will take some castle damage, but you will win in mana, and then you will win by having stronger units if you are able to prevent the rush. If you don't have Poison Fume, you can use anything but anything like the Hunter or the Vanguard. I personally started using the Vanguard, as he has 207 attack and they have 213 health for the most part. I try to get the Vanguard as high that the Kobold dies with one hit. So my goal is currently to get the Vanguard high to counter Kobold rushes. Obviously, this only works against lower kobolds, which is sometimes unlikely, but the archer in the same row also needs 3 attacks, so I stick with the Vanguard. Otherwise, there's units that attack 2 units at the same time, like the Trickster, also pretty great against the kobold if you level it up. And quite obviously, what also helps is spells like the Bomb or the Firestorm. Last but not least, currently we're having an event, a pretty awesome event, that you should, well, maybe grind out your wins to obtain those. I went once through the entire process to stage 10, and there are even chests in there that have the potential for legendary cards. Pretty generous currently this event, so make use of it and play a lot, I guess. So that was going to be it for this video. I hope this gives you a little bit of an overview for the game. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I have to say though, I've also been only playing since 1.5 weeks, so I'm not an expert yet. However, I will promise you that I take games that I like serious and will find out more about the game and let you know what I learned. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a like and a comment to help the algorithm so we can get this really good game out there for everyone to see. That's going to be it. Farewell out. Goodbye.